Hello everyone and welcome back to JavaScript lessons on Codecademy. So last time we were looking at how to use the switch statement. Before that we were looking at how to better use the if statement. But these two methods only allow you to check for one statement, but you can't check for multiple statements at once. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. With that said, you could use two ifs to check for multiple statements, but that's not very efficient. So let's get straight into our lessons. So far we've seen how to control our programs given a single condition, whether one variable is equal to a certain value, for instance. But what if we want to check more than one variable? For this we'll need logical operators. These are very useful. JavaScript has three: and, or, and not. Using these we can check several variables at once. Check out the code in the editor. So this is the code, and let's actually look at it then. So we have two variables which are nothing, I'm guessing here. That's confusing. Oh, it says complete lines 3 and 4. I love JavaScript equals yes, and I love learning equals no. Why, I don't even know what to say there. Oh, wait, set both variables in the editor to true. Okay, never mind. I should have read the instructions first. So, here we go, let's do that. And let's save and submit and see what happens. So, you have if true and true, do something. Else, if not true or true, do something. And in any other case, do something else. Don't worry if you don't understand this. This is why this lesson exists. So we're going to learn how these work now. So we're going to start off with and. The logical operator and is written in JavaScript like two and symbols. It evaluates to true when both expressions are true. If they're not, it evaluates to false. So as you can see, true and true is true, true and false is false, false and true is false, and false is false. So what it wants us to do is create two variables, hungry and food here, and set them both to equal to true. Okay, let's do that. So, oops, that's not how you declare a variable, is it? And food here. And again, I forgot the var. There we go. Inside the eat function, so this function, create an if statement that returns true only if both hungry and food here are true, and false otherwise. The function eat should take no input, and hungry and food here should both be globals. Okay, so they are globals. Now how we can do this is easily just like this. So because you don't need to check if they're both equal to true, you can just use them as their own value. So because as we discussed in the previous lessons, you can say if true. You don't have to say if true equals true. So you can just say if hungry. So you're saying if true and food here, then do something. So this is going to evaluate to true. If this was false, it would evaluate to false. So you would have if false, do nothing, because you can't do anything with an if false. So if that's true, we want to, what do we want to say? A statement that returns true only if both. So we, inside the int function, create an if statement that returns true. Oh, we just need to return true, literally. Okay, there we go. And else, oh, why is it like that? I have no idea. I will just do that. Else, we want to return false. There we go. So now if we save and submit, oops, we actually need to call the function, or do we not need to call the function? The function eat should take no input, and hungry and food here should both be globals. That looks fine to me, but I think that we need to call the function. So eat. There we go. Let's see what happens now. Oops, I have no idea. Okay guys, I will be back. The problem was that I wasn't using curly brackets correctly, so I have an opening bracket here, but I closed it here by accident, so I need to close it here. And I used a colon because I'm used to Python too much, so I need to open a curly bracket there, and it's already closed there. So now if we run this, let's reload first and then run it, save and submit. As you can see, it evaluates to true. It returns true. Well, this doesn't get printed out or put to the console, but for some reason it just does it by itself. So I will just ignore that because it works. So let's move on. The logical operator OR is written in JavaScript with those two symbols. I don't know what they're called, but on an American keyboard they're just above your enter key. So you can do shift and the key above your enter. On your keyboard they probably look like two vertical lines separated with a bit, but when you put them on the screen, so when you press the shift and that button, you get one whole line. I don't know why it's like that, and sorry that I don't know the name. So the logical operator OR evaluates to true if if at least one of the statements are true. So as you can see, if you have true or true, it evaluates to true. True or false is again true, false or true is true, and when you have false or false, it's false. So the OR operator is written with two vertical bars, so you have two of those to get the OR. Yeah, as it says here, it's right above your enter key. I'm not sure about the British layout, so sorry about that. Create two variables, tired and bored, and set one equal to true and the other equal to false. Okay. Tired. I'm going to keep forgetting to do the var before those. Let's do that. True and false. It doesn't matter which is which. Okay. Inside the nap function, create an if statement that returns true if either tired or bored or both are true and false otherwise. So we have if tired, oops, I misspelled tired, not tires, tired, there we go. So if tired or bored, then we need to do something. And I'm guessing otherwise we need to return false. And I'm not going to make the same mistake that I made before, which is not closing the curly brackets properly. And here we need to return true. There we go. So let's save and submit, and as we can see, it runs properly. We never ran the function, so if we do something like nap and log it, let's just log it just to show you guys. Let's reload and save and submit. As you can see, it returns true because at least one of those is true. If you make both of them false, it's going to return false. So let's move on. The logical operator not is written in JavaScript as an exclamation mark, which is just shift and 1. It makes true expressions false and vice versa. So if you have not true is false because not true is false, it's quite logical, as the name suggests, logical operators. And you have not false is true. So we need to declare a variable called programming. So let's do that and set it to false. Then write an if-else statement inside happy, so that happy returns true if programming is false and false otherwise. Okay, so not programming and something, and then again something. I will just close the curly bracket so I don't make any mistake. So to return true, semicolon, and here return false, semicolon. There we go. As you can see, if you say not it's going to enter in the true. Oops, actually I'm not demonstrating it, am I? Let's log it. Oops. And we want the function happy. Let's reload. And I will show the example twice. So now, because we have false here, not false is going to evaluate to true. So you're saying enter this if statement if this is true. And this is true because not false is true. So therefore it returns true, which is what we get printed out here. But if we make programming true, then it's going to enter into the false, and as you can see it prints false. But the Codecademy doesn't want us to do this, so if you want to finish the task you have to put false there and then move on. So review. Well done, that last one was particularly tricky. So in this lesson we reviewed control flow syntax, learned about the switch statement, and learned about the logical operators and, or, and not. So let's just finish there, I guess. Cool. So if you have any questions, guys, feel free to ask in the comments down below. I think that logical operators are quite logical because that's how you would use them in real life as well. So you would say or for something or something else, and if you wanted a lot of things, and not if you wanted the opposite. So that's basically it. So thank you so much for watching this video. Feel free to share, like, and subscribe. Dislike if you didn't like the video, and tell me how I can improve in the next video so that you do like it. So until next time, thank you so much for watching again, and goodbye.